We are on a race against the clock. So I gotta tell you, man, I am all for adventure. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time. Now that I'm in the trenches with this, I'm like, holy shit, this is a lot more than I expected. So the prep work that goes behind getting this place ready and packaging it all up with stuff and making sure that everything is bolted down nice and tight. Plus, we're moving out of our house. We have to sell everything. We have to put our things in storage so that we can just go out and enjoy this trip with the family without having to worry about anything. One thing that's super crazy and nobody tells you about RVing is that this is a house that's moving at 65 miles per hour down the road. And therefore, it jiggles. It shakes quite a bit. And because of that, some things actually come loose. So for example, like this thing, this is the shade that goes on that window over there. And guess what? It just came off, completely fell down while we were traveling over here from Houston. And I called them up. They're like, you know what? Sometimes that happens. We're sorry. It's covered under warranty. We can set up an appointment to have somebody go out there and fix it for you. Or you can take it to the dealership locally and they'll take care of it for you. Problem is, appointments for anything that has to do with RVs is a long way away. So guess who's going to fix it? Me. And I'm sure they'll figure out a way to take care of me later on. When it comes to projects like this, it's when I realize how lucky I am to have had a dad that really bugged me to do all kinds of stuff when I was younger. He taught me how to work on cars. And in fact, when I was about 16 years old, I ended up working at a junkyard, taking cars apart, putting cars back together. I learned how to rebuild an engine. This is super easy stuff. But a lot of times, this simple stuff, if you don't know the basics of something or you don't have the tools, it can become the biggest pain in the ass. The other project that we're going to be working on today is this. See, this is critical for both my business and the kids' school. We have to have super good cell phone reception because what I did is I bought a unlimited Wi-Fi hotspot that goes off of cell phone signals. And this here is a cell phone booster. I saw a bunch of reviews online and said that it was the best of the best or whatever. A lot of times when you see those reviews online, you don't really know if they were paid to do it, or when you see like YouTube tutorials on how this stuff works, you don't know if maybe they got it for free and that's why they talk so good about it. But I couldn't find a single one talking shit about it, so that's a plus. This is the owner's manual. Don't need that. This is the plug, so I guess we need to power it up on a 12-volt jack. So the idea is that we're going to be putting this antenna on the roof of the RV. So I can either clamp it down. I think I'm just going to use this clamp and clamp it down on the stair to be able to access the roof. This will be sure to extend it far enough high enough to be above the air conditioning systems, and that's what I read, that it said that you have to be above everything else. And then by having this antenna up there, we're going to run this cable into the RV through one of the holes on the roof, and then we're going to put this thing inside to basically give it power and boost the cell phone signal. We'll see if it works. Ooh, look, it's got a springy thingy that you can put over here. That way in case... Yeah, this is cool. This will work. Whoops.
When it rains, it pours. Water's up to my chest.
that might be a lot more challenging than I thought. I thought that there was already like pre-manufactured holes to be able to run stuff through. There isn't. I might need to run the holes myself. I don't know how comfortable I feel about that. So I'm definitely not gonna mess with the cell phone booster myself, because in order to be able to do it, I need to, look at this, I've already left this out here. In order to make it run right, we need to drill holes onto the roof. I'm not about to compromise the integrity of the roof because I want to do it myself. Plus, it's going to take me a long time, and that's one thing that I do not have right now.
Several days later.
So, I consider myself a pretty handy dude, and I was going to take on the task of putting this antenna myself. But I'll be honest with you, there's nothing better than hiring a professional, because this guy set it up over there so nice. Here, let me show you. You see all these YouTube videos with a bunch of people doing their own things and getting on there and setting up everything, and that's all good. I mean, props to you guys for doing that. As good as I am at working at that type of stuff, that all nicely hooked up like that, with the cables coming in from the back, with that sticking up to the top, and then this, yeah. Nothing like hiring a professional to do a professional's job. It's like people wanting to sell their house without a fantastic realtor like myself. It's a big problem. It's never gonna have the same result.